All right, guys, I just finished watching the first episode of Secret Invasion, and of all the Disney Plus shows that have come out so far, this one's been one of my most anticipated because Sam Jackson as Nick Fury is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, and I'm hoping that this show can return him to some of the glory he had in the Winter Soldier and Avengers movies. I'm going to talk about this first episode in spoilerish details, so maybe come back after you've seen it. So what did I like about the show? Series like Miss Marvel and She-Hulk were great, but getting a little bit silly for me. Same thing with movies like Thor 4 and Quantumania. Guardians of the Galaxy too, really, even though it was a fantastic movie. I think we were due for a palate cleanser, and it seems like this series might be it. I also like the stakes of the show so far. Taking a mainstay character like Maria Hill off the board so soon was definitely a big swing. We know that in comics and the movies inspired by them, death is usually pretty temporary, so I'll be interested to see where they go with that angle in the rest of the series. I also like that backpack tracking scene. It was kind of a shell game. It was a great climax to the episode and provided some much needed action. So now let's talk about what I didn't like about the show. So far, I haven't been too impressed with the special effects. Everything kind of takes on a Law and Order level of quality, and I expect better from the MCU. We don't even get to see much of the Skrulls shapeshifting happening on camera. As a matter of fact, not much really cool even happened the whole episode. And then I felt like there were too many new characters introduced. There was Talos and Gravik, Amelia Clark's character. I don't feel much of an attachment to any of these people. They need to make sure we care about these characters before we can care about what they're doing on screen. Maybe they'll handle that a little bit later in future episodes. And then I see Rhodius involved. I'm going to be kind of salty if it turns out he's been a Skrull this whole time. I know it's going to be somebody that we weren't expecting, but I'm a pretty big War Machine fan, so I hope it's not him. And then let's face it, the show is just kind of slow so far. There's too much talk. A lot of the exposition scenes just seem really dry. And Fury is supposed to be a top spy. We haven't really gotten a chance to see him doing any spy things so far. I always pictured him as more of a lower level Batman or James Bond type character, maybe a little more militaristic. He's been getting caught off guard. He's supposed to be the one that's 2 steps ahead, and it just hasn't been the case so far. All right, so what do I want from the rest of the series? I'm hoping they focus a little bit more on Saber. They've mentioned it here and there throughout the episode. I want to know, like, what's it all about? You know, why did Fury go up there? What's he trying to do there? How'd he get there? Like, they're just telling us about it and not showing us, and I want to see it. It seems like it's going to be interesting. If you saw the trailer for the new Marvels movie, it looks like he's going to find his way back up there somehow. So maybe that'll happen at some point in this season, or maybe it'll be just in that movie, but I'm interested to see what Saber's all about. And then I want to see more general off-Earth action. It'd be a shame to have a whole series about an alien race and never leave Earth. So hopefully they're not just slumming it on Earth for the whole season. And then I want to see more of a reaction to what happened to Maria Hill. In the episode, it kind of just happens and then the episode's over. What's going to be the blowback and consequences for something like this happening? Hopefully it'll lead to more just spy action from Nick Fury. So let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe.